This is 694 to 702 of Statius is Thebaid Book 12, and King Creon is now seeing Theseus coming off in the distance, Theseus and his army coming off in the distance and ordering his people to prepare once again for war. And so we start with the verb here, to be armed, the people, however, and the arms to be brought. And so finally we get the subject and the verb here. So the man himself, Creon, growing pale, orders his people to be armed, or orders that his people are armed, and he orders his arms be brought, and parenthetically, to him. In the seats or the shrines of the middle of the palace, the sudden furies, the sudden Eumenides, and Menoikeus weeping he sees. And then we have the enjambment down here of turbidus, right? So foul, filthy, he sees the Eumenides, the suddenly appearing Eumenides in the sedibus, the seats or the shrines of the middle of the palace, and Menoikeus weeping. And so Menoikeus is his son, and his son is weeping presumably because he knows his father is going to go off and die in war. He also sees the Pelasgians, the Greeks, placed on their pyres rejoicing. And remember that Creon has forbid their burial, and so presumably what we're saying here is the Greeks, their dead bodies, their spirits, they know that Theseus is coming to avenge in part this decree, and he's going to allow them to be buried and cremated and their spirits to be released to the underworld. What was that day is the order here, but perhaps in English. What a day that was when, with such great blood at Thebes, peace, having been found, perishes. So when peace just found, just created, perishes with such great blood at Thebes. And of course, this is the perspective of Creon, right? So his citizens may not feel like this is very peaceful, but at least the civil war is over, and so this peace that they're enjoying is not going to last long, and it's not going to end well. They revelunt, so they pull off or tear off or wrench off the arms just fixed, just dedicated, just fixed to the gods of their country. And they cover their chests with broken shields and humble helmets and spears still foul or sordid or filthy with blood or gore. And a couple, maybe by way of explanation here, they're humble helmets, they're low helmets, and we would assume that that all the good helmets have been taken because they've been fighting and fighting and fighting. And so what is left here are just spears that are dull and matted with blood, and helmets that are that maybe don't protect their heads very well, their faces very well, and shields that are cracked and broken.